Okay, in this video, we're going to go over how to solve simple literal equations. A literal equation is when there happen to be more than one variable in the equation you're trying to solve. So, for example, we have this, and we have to solve, it's telling us right over here that we have to solve for x. And that might be confusing because we have this u over here and like what's going on. But let's pretend for a second that it's not a u. Let's pretend it's a 10. How would you go about solving something like this? Well, you would first go ahead, multiply both sides by 4. Cool. And those would cancel. And we'd have 3x over here equals 40. And then you divide by 3 on both sides. And x would be 40 over 3, whatever that turns out to be. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to follow the same steps and procedures that we always have when trying to isolate x as a variable. All right, so we have u equals 3x over 4. We need to get that 4, right? 3x is being divided by 4. So we're going to undo that, multiplying by 4. These would cancel. You'd be left with 3x equals, and 4 times u, don't overthink it, it's just 4u. All right, and remember, we're trying to solve for x. So 3 times x, we would undo that by dividing by 3. Cancels. And x equals 4u over 3. And there's nothing more we can do that. So your final answer, 4u over 3. Looks just like that. All right, so now we're solving for a. And it's kind of confusing because a is in the denominator. So how do we get things out of a denominator? Well, we have z equals 2 over 3a. Let's get a out of that denominator by multiplying 3a on both sides. So now the 3 and the 3a cancels off, and we have 2 equals 3a times z is 3az. Now remember, we're trying to solve for a. So the 3 has to go. The z also can be divided off. But we have to do it to both sides. So the 3 disappears. The z also disappears. And you're left with a equals 2 over 3z. Final answer, 2 over 3z. So we're still just doing the same steps we've always done to solve equations, but now it just looks a little strange. Solving for x. Again, before you can get the variable alone, you have to get the variable term alone. So the 2 is the problem here. So we have u equals 2 plus 3x. And this positive 2 needs to be zeroed out. So we subtract 2 on both sides. 2 minus 2 is 0. That's why we did that. We have 3x over here. Equal sign comes down. And u minus 2 is just u minus 2. Okay. Remember, we're trying to get the x alone. We have 3 times x. So to undo that, you do the inverse operation. Divide both sides by 3. That's 3 over 3 is 1. That's what we're looking for. X equal u minus 2 over 3. So that would be your final answer. All right, before we can get the variable alone, before we can get a alone, we have to get the variable term alone. So in order to get the variable term alone, we have to take care of this 3. G equals negative 2a plus 3. So we have to subtract the 3 away. And you get g minus 3 equals negative 2a. And this becomes 0. Now we're almost there. We're almost having a alone. We divide by the coefficient of negative 2, and we're left with g minus 3 over negative 2 equals a. All right, pause your video now. Try this, and we'll see how you do. So pause the video. Hope you got it right. If not, ask for help.